Getting started with Arkito is a very simple task. You don't really need this tutorial. You can refer to the documentation, but if you go to github.com/loraxio, the zero is this capital O is a zero, /Arkito or Arkito, you can pronounce it however you like. You will find the repository, and below in the description there's a link to the documentation that I've hosted on GitHub pages. So let's just open this link, and we're going to be referring to the getting started section, right? So these are all the steps that you can complete for this tutorial, and if this tutorial isn't helpful, this should do the trick, and it'll give some more descriptive analysis as to the decisions you must make. So it'll link you to the repository, etc. But what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing step 1 first, which is getting the repository or downloading the project. So let's open this up, and let's open this with IntelliJ. So I'm going to open up IntelliJ, press open, and I believe it's in my downloads. So if I go to Arkito master, I can press open it in safe trust mode. It's safe. I made it, and it's open source, so don't worry about that. If you'd like to vet it, fine, it's up to you. Let's see, invalid visa, whatever. So once you've opened up the project, wait for Gradle to build the project. It will be downloading, I believe, the JOML library, and that's it. Yeah, JOML. This is just for vectors, because I like their vector system, but most of it's going to be very basic Java syntax. So now that we've downloaded the repository and opened it in IntelliJ, now we have to set up the app configuration, and we have to actually launch the app. So now that that's done, we can open up the project, go into the source in Java, and you can see we're going to have 2 packages, ArchiGame and loraxio.archi. Loraxio.archi is the engine. This is the stuff that you don't touch when making the game. You can, it's open source, it's up to you, but all of this is already done for you, so you don't really need to touch this. However, this is where you will be making your game in ArchiGame. You can see there's some sample stuff here. I'm going to delete these. And inside of here, that's the engine. And inside of here, the ArchiGame package. This is where we will create our app config. So I'm going to create a new class called example app configuration. You can name it whatever you like. It makes no difference to the compiler. So if we do @app config, now we are going to have to add a bunch of these methods. So we're going to have the window title, example app, the window width, the window height, and resizable. There we go. And that's our app configuration done. Now we must create a package called scenes. Now all of your scenes must go in this package, because when the compiler runs, it's going to look within this ArchiGame package. It's going to find the class with the app config annotation right here, and then it's going to go inside of the scene package and look for any default scene. So in this scene package, we're going to create a new Java class, and we'll call it example default scene. You may call it whatever you like. And this is going to extend scene. and it's going to be a default scene. Right, now we are on to step 2, which we have already done. We have created the scene class within the scene package, and we have extended it to the abstract scene class. So now we can run the app, and you can see it opens up perfectly. You can see the window size matches our app configuration, 800 by 600, and since it is resizable, we can actually resize it to whatever size we'd like. You can see it's called example app on the top, on the bar, because we named the example app right here. If we set resizable to false, and we set this size to 180 by 720, and we run the app, you can see it will be a different size. There we go. And you can make sure that it's referring to this default scene, because if I do start, this is going to be called when the scene is first started, and actually this should be done in the load resources method. We can do set backdrop to white. Now when we run this, you can see the background is white. If we want to set it to red, you may do so as well here. And that is setting up and getting started with Arkito or Arkito. I hope this tutorial was helpful. I will be doing more tutorials on the rest of the project.